Here I show you an update and a progression series of the well-known bird dog exercise.
Hello everybody, this is Max from ROXX Functional Training, and I show you a bodyweight exercise which contains lots of movements, lots of stability. It is called the bird dog exercise. You might not know it from the expression bird dog, but when you see this exercise, I'm sure most of you guys have done it. I will show you some progressions which make this exercise very hard. Start with the starting position. We go into this position. We have our shoulder right above our hands, and we have our hip right above our knees, so these are straight lines. In this position, this is the starting position, we have a good core activation, we have a good activation in our hips and also in our shoulder girdle. And what we do is we're gonna do a diagonal movement, which means we work with the left hand and the right leg at the same time, and the same switches to the other both. Alright, I show you. We keep the tension and lift it, going to a straight position. The glute, the shoulder muscles do the work. Now, if we can, we touch underneath the knee and the elbow, but don't curl up. Always keep a straight neutral spine. Going into the straight position again and slowly going to the floor, putting it on, switching to the other side. Straight, straight back, connection. If you're not able to connect here without rounding up, you just use your hand, go to the straight position here again and put it back down. So far so good. This exercise is very easy, especially for beginners. Good core activation, activation of the glutes, shoulder stability, everything is there. Very easy motion. Check it out. I will show you the first progression of the bird dog exercise. This is not necessarily much more demanding when it comes to the strength part, but especially the balance and the core has to work more efficiently to keep the balance when you do this exercise. We're going to start out in the same position roughly. We're going to place ourselves, and last time when we were in the elevated position we had like 1, 2, 3 connecting points. Now we're going to reduce that by lifting our feet from the floor, so we only have 2 when we are in the elevated position, which means 1 leg, 1 knee and also 1 hand. I show you the exercise as a whole. Good tension everywhere. We're going to go to the straight position, try to make the connection with the straight back, go to the straight position again and bring it down slowly and controlled. Same thing on the other side. Connecting, straightening and going down. You have to have a very good core activation. You have to be stable on the shoulder girdle and also on the hips, because when you are not, you're going to shake and move, and so that's when you see you have to be more stable there. So this is the first progression. Try it out. Now I will show you the next progression of the bird dog exercise. This progression, it keeps very unstable because we still have only 2 connecting points when we are in the elevated position, but also it will be much more demanding regarding your strength. I will show you quick. Okay, we're going into the same position as we used to, but now we're not going to lift our feet. We're going to reduce our connecting points by lifting our knees. So this is the starting position. The movement stays the same. And now I will try to do it. Keep very good tension everywhere, and we're going to straight, connect, straight, going down. It might help if you go a little bit further away with your legs, like this. Normally you're going to stay here, go a little bit further away to have a wider base, and also make sure your knee roughly stays at the same distance to the floor, the one which is bent. It is okay at first if it has some movement going up and down, but the perfect form would be if it would be like really close to the floor, about 1 or 2 centimeters, and stay like this throughout the whole movement. Try it out. This is the final progression of the bird dog exercise, which I'm going to show you now. I'm going to use a stick to help myself with some orientation. And this is going to be a lot different from the first ones, because in all the other progressions we used a diagonal movement, which means the right arm and the left leg work together and the opposite ones. And this time we're going to do a parallel movement. And in order to keep a straight line, to have my joints and everything on one line, I should have some help, because otherwise I will lose orientation and put it in a different kind of form. I will place my stick here. You can also use a straight line which is printed on the floor to get some orientation. And now I will place my joints right on that line, which means left arm, left hand, left knee, and also the foot. Most people, if they don't have it, they put their knee inside, the feet outside, which makes it much easier because you have a wider base in that case. It is okay if you do that intentionally, if you are a beginner in this kind of movement, but if you want to perform the perfect form, you should be aligned in one line. In order to be able to do that, we have to shift our center of gravity to the side where we are in contact with the floor, which means in my case to the left. Normally we have the center line right underneath in the middle. Now I have to shift my center to the left in order to be able to do it. When I have the feeling I'm right on this line, I can start with the movement. I try to do it. Good tension everywhere. And coming down. In this case you have to switch to the other side to do it. It might be totally different. Some succeed this exercise on the left but fail on the right. It's very interesting to see. If you know, maybe you know this kind of drill, it's also in the functional movement screen. It's called the rotary stability exercise or screening, and this is a very nice thing to work on. Have fun with that. When it comes to the coaching cues, this is a very friendly exercise because it is very slow, there's nothing fast in it, and this reduces the risk of someone getting injured. The only thing you have to watch out is to have always a neutral spine, and the people should be able to stabilize their shoulder girdle and also their hips. If you see as a coach that the people are raising their shoulders or dipping down with the hips or raising the hips and don't lose the center line, then you should go to them and probably help them a little bit, because some of them might have problems getting the real feeling of where is the correct line. And there might be a little bit ducking down and put it up to help them to realize where the center line is and where they should be. Surely you should be able to demonstrate this exercise perfect, and you should also tell them how to perform it, but some people might not use this information to click, so then it's a good possibility it might help them if you put them in the right position and help them doing that. Always tell them when you do that, but this is always helpful for many practitioners to get the right exercise going for them. Have fun. If you like the content, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I will try my best to upload many other videos about mobility and about bodyweight exercises with and without tools. I have another channel which is called ROXX Box Workout. The link you will see below. There you can find box exercises with pads and also functional training combination. I hope you like that. Thank you all.